My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Every single week, we break down full UFC fight cards. We give you our picks, our bets, and our fantasy plays. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content. And we're also giving away $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets, signs up with one of our 5 betting partners, and makes a deposit, will get $50 from us. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, however you want it. And this is brought to you by EarnU.io. EarnU.io is the world's first sports and esports prediction game, allowing you to earn crypto risk-free. Check it out now at EarnU.io. Next up, at UFC Vegas 52, we have Maycee Barber taking on Montana De La Rosa. Maycee Barber 9-2 overall, 3-2 in her last 5, coming off a questionable win over Miranda Maverick. Montana De La Rosa 12-6 overall, 2-1 in her last 5, coming off a great win over Ariana Lipski. Maycee Barber's a good striker with very good boxing and improved wrestling. She's not a grappler in style, but she has well-timed takedowns when she needs them. She's very tough physically, but can break mentally in fights. She's coming off that win over Miranda Maverick last summer, but that was a bad decision, and she should be on a 3-fight skid right now. Montana De La Rosa is a tough wrestler with a very straightforward game plan. Her wrestling is real, and it's not MMA wrestling. She has wrestled most of her life, and you can see that in the grappling exchanges. She moved her training camp to Elevation a few camps ago, and you can see those improvements in her striking. She doubled Ariana Lipski's strikes and put her away in the second round, and that's not what people expected her to do. There's a really tough fight to call because Maycee Barber was a legit prospect, and she's hit a skid. That loss to Roxanne Modafferi was a really bad look at the time. And not only was the loss a bad look, she dug a deep, deep hole after that, just basically denying it ever happened. Her father was saying crazy stuff. It was a weird scene when the nicest woman in MMA was getting trashed by family members of Maycee Barber. And then she came back after that and lost to Alexa Grasso. And she actually landed more strikes than Alexa and had 3 takedowns in that fight. Her last fight was that win against Miranda Maverick that I mentioned, but I think that was a bad decision. I think Miranda won that fight. But Maycee Barber is talented. She's got great striking, improved wrestling, and if she keeps the pressure on, she can win those close fights. All of those losses I just mentioned, those are wins if she keeps forward pressure and doesn't break mentally. Montana De La Rosa was pretty much a pure wrestler and grappler until she moved to Team Elevation and she worked on her hands. But the question is, how much have her hands improved? Have they improved enough to hang on the feet and give Maycee some trouble and then work in takedowns? And I just don't know, and that's what makes this pick so tough. I normally, and I can see in the comments section, I normally am a simp for wrestlers. But this one does have me worried. I am picking Maycee Barber here, but there's no bet here. 0 bet. I am not going to place any bet on this fight. I think Maycee Barber is probably the better fighter, but Montana De La Rosa has a very, very clear path to victory. And whilst I don't think she's as talented as Maycee, I guarantee she's mentally stronger. I guarantee it. And she could break Maycee Barber, and we could see Maycee Barber just not doing anything late second, third round.
Was that a Maycee Barber you tried to list?
I got real Mike Tyson going on in my mouth today for some reason. But
let's just leave Mike out of it, man. He's been through enough.
Well, Maycee Barber's the pick, but it took a lot in me to not pick Montana De La Rosa. And frankly, I think part of me didn't pick her because I'm like, all these freaking people in the live chat are going to be like, oh, Angelo always picks the wrestler. I didn't hear you complaining after the Bilal fight, you Muppets.
I guarantee that you had Montana De La Rosa picked until you saw those comments and you're like, oh, I can't pick her now because everyone's going to think that I've just
the comments were well, I did quick picks before comments and I picked her there too. But the comments were definitely in my head before that. I'm like, I do pick wrestlers a lot. But then I looked at it objectively and it's like Maycee is she is the better fighter. But a clear path is a clear path. But again, I think it's a pick 'em. These odds are wild. I like Maycee to win, but none of my actual money is going on that.
Yeah, I'm picking Montana De La Rosa, honestly. And Maycee is, somewhat dangerous on the feet, but Montana De La Rosa in her last fight against Ariane Lipski. Ariane Lipski, by the way, hey, how you doing? Is a fantastic striker, very, very dynamic striker, and she was able to get inside of she was able to get inside the striking of Ariane Lipski and was able to get her to the ground. And I think she can do the same thing to Maycee Barber in this matchup. We mentioned the Miranda Maverick fight, that last fight. She obviously did not win that fight. And it was actually kind of funny. Uriah Faber in her corner at one point during that fight. This is a direct quote from Uriah yelling out from the corner. This is how far behind she was in that fight. He said, "You gotta try to hit her." That's what he said. He literally, as she throws, like, "You gotta try and hit her." And DC and everyone started laughing. It's a very funny moment in the fight. But that's how that fight was going, and somehow she won that decision. But yeah, I think this is a clear path to victory. As you mentioned, if she can get the takedowns, I think we both agree that she can win the fight. And I just think that she's able to get inside the striking of Maycee Barber and get those takedowns and dominate the fight. So I'm Montana De La Rosa all the way.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think these odds are nuts. 2-1 favorite. I don't know what makes her a 2-1 favorite. I do think she has her own grappling, and frankly, she might wrestle Montana. Right? I've mentioned this a million times. It is so much easier to finish a takedown. It's easier to finish a bad takedown.
So you're saying this could be like a Miranda Maverick Eric Blanchfield fight, where we thought Miranda Maverick was going to come in, dominate Aaron was going to dominate the wrestling, and then she was on her back the entire fight. Hey, I mean, we could. I mean, Maycee she's the future for a reason. She's very talented. She's
very talented. She's at a very good fight camp. She has takedowns in her fights, and people only talk about her striking because her striking is where she shines, but she has takedowns, and she uses them really well. So, like I said, she took down Alexa Grasso 3 times. Alexa Grasso has been around for a while, a legitimate veteran in that division. So, anyway, Maycee Barber, $9,000 in DraftKings? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not happening. Frankly, Montana De La Rosa, you think she gets a few takedowns, she might be the best $7,200 you spend. Some takedowns and some control time, that's it. That's a ton of points.
I think I've picked every underdog.
I didn't pick the underdog here.
Except for the big favorites. I think I've picked like every underdog, so this will be fun.
I'm not picking the underdog here, but DraftKings wise, the way the scoring works, $9,000 is a lot of money to spend on Maycee Barber, who's probably not going to get a stoppage. $7,200 on Montana. She gets a couple takedowns, dominates one round with control time. All of a sudden, she's worth 50, 60 points, even in a loss. So, are you putting her in your lineup? $7,200. You like her to win?
I think my DraftKings is going to be all underdogs. Yeah. I'm going to
have
a lot of money $3,000 left over.
Yeah. And then Monkey Knife Fight Total Strike. It's probably more. I think they go at it. I think it's 3 rounds. They go at it. Maycee Barber has proven to be, I told you, mentally she breaks, but physically she's tough and she will hang in a fight. She will throw and, she's not going to slow down or stop. She just may make poor decisions. What do you think of the Monkey Knife Fight line? Okay. I agree. We both agree. More. WeWantPicks.com/MKF. They will instantly match your deposit up to $100, and WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. We will send you $50, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, however you want it, as a thank you.